Distinguished colleagues, friends, and fellow advocates for healthcare, wherever you are joining us from around the world, a very warm welcome to you. I'm Mira West, your co host and moderator, and it is my pleasure to guide you through this truly special moment, another session of The Nurse's Diary at the Crossroad of Healthcare. This global initiative is designed to give voice to the experiences of nurses, to highlight their challenges and innovations, and to bring the world closer to understanding why their experiences matter. It is a platform for learning, global dialogue, and the celebration of those who serve tirelessly at the front lines of care. Today, we are honored to be joined by two extraordinary nurse leaders whose experiences illuminate the realities of patient care and leadership in nursing. We are privileged to have Mr. Etienne Karengera, Nurse AO and Clinical Instructor at King Faisal Hospital, Rwanda. Mr. Karengera brings a wealth of clinical expertise and academic mentorship to his work, dedicating himself not only to patient care, but also to guiding the next generation of nurses. Beyond his clinical and teaching responsibilities, he serves as the executive director of Community Based Health Promoters, an organization committed to empowering communities with equitable access to health education and care. His experiences reflect a profound commitment to improving healthcare systems and advancing professional nursing practice. Joining him is Miss Elizabeth Kamahoro, RN, MSCN, MHM, Head of Nursing and Midwifery at Victoria University, Uganda. Miss Kamahoro is a distinguished leader in nursing and midwifery with extensive experience in clinical practice, health management, and mentorship. Her career has spanned several key leadership roles, including Principal Nursing Officer at Kampala International University Teaching Hospital and Nurse Manager at multiple institutions. Her experiences underscore her dedication to evidence based practice, professional development, and strengthening health systems through effective nursing leadership. In this episode, we will explore their experiences in navigating challenges, advancing nursing practice, and leading change in their communities. These insights are not only a testament to their resilience, but also a guide for nurses and healthcare professionals striving to make a difference every day. And now, it is my distinct honor to hand over to our opening speaker, whose work exemplifies the heart of nursing and the power of research. Dr. Hamudat Balugon, RN, PhD, a distinguished registered nurse and public health researcher, brings an exceptional blend of clinical expertise, academic depth, and leadership in multidisciplinary research. With a PhD in public health, specializing in epidemiology, health policy, and health promotion, Dr. Balugan has dedicated her life's work to advancing patient centered care, strengthening health systems, and translating research into meaningful action. Her professional journey spans direct patient care, public health practice, and thought leadership. She has worked with individuals and families living with complex conditions, led innovations in care, and contributed impactful research on the determinants of health. Beyond her publications and professional contributions, she is recognized for her advocacy, her commitment to professional excellence, and her ability to bridge the gap between bedside realities and policy level solutions. As we begin this new chapter, giving voice to nurses, honoring their resilience, and shaping the future of healthcare, it is my privilege to present to you our host for today, Dr. Hamudat Balugon. The floor is yours.
Everyone, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are joining us from all around the world. I'm very happy to be here today, and I'm so excited about our guest on this platform today. It's my honor to really get to meet this guest. I feel so honored to be here and to be the host of this. Of course, my name is Dr. Hamudat Abiodun, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Mr. Karangera from King Faisal Hospital in Rwanda, and also Mrs. Elizabeth Kamahoro from the head of nursing and midwifery department, Victoria University Hospital, Kampala. I'm so happy to be joined by these wonderful people. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We are so grateful to have you on this platform. So now we start. So let me start with Mrs. Elizabeth, ladies first. Please, can you kindly introduce yourself and tell us more about you and how the journey of nursing starts with you?
Good evening, everyone. The coordinator. Elizabeth Kamauro is my name. I'm a registered nurse with a bachelor degree in nursing and midwifery. And I have a master's in hospital management. Yeah, I'm a mother of one. Today actually is my birthday. I start by congratulating myself over that. Over the years, I've served in several leadership roles, including, but not limited to, ward in charge, principal nursing officer, ward manager, and I currently head the Department of Nursing and Midwifery at Victoria University. What drew me into nursing was a strong desire to make tangible difference in people's lives. While I was growing up, I saw compassionate, well-trained nurses transformed health outcomes in my community. I grew up in the hospital quarters because my late dad was a principal nursing officer of a certain hospital. As I advanced in my career, I also realized that effective leadership is essential in strengthening health systems. So I pursued training to contribute to both bedside and policy level. Today, I'm passionate about helping nurses excel, mentoring students, and improving systems that support quality patient care. With that, I think that's all I have to introduce myself about. And maybe what you could know is that I started as a diploma nurse, and I am now a master's holder, but master in hospital management. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ma. And happy birthday to you. Oh God, it's an honor to have you here on your birthday. Birthday means so much to me. And I'm also a September born baby. So yeah,
Oh,
I think
that's
September
nice.
nothing talk. Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Thank you so much. So now we go to Mr. Karangera. We'd like to hear from you. Kindly introduce yourself and let us know if there a particular moment or an experience that happened that actually made you choose this career path. The floor is yours, Mr. Karangera.
Thank you. My name is Etienne Karangero, of course. I'm a nurse at King Faisal Hospital, Rwanda, where I'm working as a bachelor holder nurse. Something that confirms that my nursing is my profession or my vocation is that uh, in my hospital, my former hospital, Kachiro Hospital, we had used to have the mothers who developed post-surgical infection or surgical infection after cesarean section. They come in a hospital. We care for them like 7 days, where they have receiving medications, antibiotic, and we did we care 2 times a day.
I'm sorry about that. Someone unmute herself. Uh, can you please continue, Mr. Karengera? I think we lost him. Maybe he will
Hello to
join us later.
everyone. Hello to
Okay.
everyone. Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
My name is Etienne Karengera. I am a
Yes.
nurse. I am a nurse at King Faisal Hospital, Rwanda. First of all, I am glad to be with you at this evening, and happy birthday to Miss Elizabeth.
Thank you.
I think you have asked me to introduce myself and test and tell you something that confirmed that nursing is my profession or is my vocation. I have one story where I was a nurse at one district hospital in Rwanda, and we were used to have the mothers who developed surgical site infection after they have done cesarean section. Uh, they come in hospital. We care for them like for 7 days, where they were receiving antibiotics and painkillers. After 7 days, they were supposed to be discharged and come daily at hospital to be cared for their wounds. But due to my collaboration with them, due to my empathy, they choose to be cared by me at their homes. I go to my work, then at evening, I pass through their homes and care them until their wound become full healed. That that confirmed that nursing is my profession. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Mrs. Elizabeth, Mrs. Elizabeth, I'm back to you. As a manager now, the head of the nursing and midwifery department, I know there have how does your typical day like? Now you are not just managing the patient, you are now managing the staff, and of course, in the staff management, of course, we know nurses also. Um, we can be really, really dramatic or yeah, really too passionate sometimes about our ideas and how we want things. So, can you run us through? And as a mom, also, can you run us through what your typical day look like? We want to understand what are the challenges you face in your role? What is the difference now that you are the head of the department and when you were just like a bedside nurse? So we would like to know all this Elizabeth. Mrs. Elizabeth, are you there? Mr. Eric, can you mute your mic, please? Eric Mwanza, can you please? Thank you. Okay, I think Miss Elizabeth is not here now. Um, Mr. Etienne, can you tell us about your typical day? How do you cope every day, the challenges, patient care, and everything? We want to know how your day as a nurse, how it is.
Thank you. In my role, on my daily work, I begin each shift by preparing the environment and the necessary materials, such as trolleys, dustbins, sample containers, and safety box. Once I receive a patient, I introduce myself and obtain their consent before providing care. Once consent is given, I prepare the materials required for the procedure. One challenge I frequently face is that the patient often expect immediate attention while I'm caring for others. They may not recognize that I am a human and uh, I also need a short breaks of a few minutes to attend to personal matters or communicate with my family. Uh, After my work, I do the report. I communicate to the incoming shift by using SBAR, which is situation background assessment and recommendation to the patient who are stay in the world. Thank you.
Okay. Is it possible for you to on your camera? We would like to see your face. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. So do you usually work morning shift, evening shift, or how does it go in Rwanda?
Repeat the question, please.
Do you usually work like morning, afternoon, night shift? How many hours is your shift typically in um where you work? King Vital Hospital?
Yeah, thank you. Now I am lucky because I am working in a standardized hospital, King Faisal, which is a teaching and referral hospital. We usually work 36 hours per week. That means our shift
Okay.
uh, is about 8 hours. But if you have worked 36 hours in one week, the next week you have to work 48 hours, where I can have three shift in one week. Then next week I can have four shift. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So as enough. Now, can you tell us what do you think is your strength? Of course, I know you have spoken so much about what you actually do, but we want to know what do you think what are the challenges you have been able to overcome with you just thinking out of the box, you know? You are not just putting in use what you learned in school alone. You have to come up with a new innovation. So can you give us an example of a time when you have to really be innovative in taking care of your patient?
Uh, Thank you. Uh, I have one story to share with you where we were two nurses to work on night shift. Unfortunately, my colleague was absent and we were having 40 patients in a ward. It was a difficult situation for me, but I classified the patient in different categories according to to the severity of their diseases, where some patients were critically ill and other patients were stable. Uh, and I became calm. I created the positive environment in the patient ward, and I provide them with health education. Uh, I spent more time with those patients who were critically ill, but other patients, I monitor their vitals once during a whole shift and provided them with health education where they were mothers who were delivered spontaneously. They want post delivery, and I educated them the danger signs for mothers and danger sign for the neonate, and I encouraged them to alert me if there is any concern. That shift went smoothly until the morning, while my colleagues uh, were absent. I tried to manage 40 patients on my own, and all patients were happy in the morning because I have created the positive environment and spent more time to those who were critical ill. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm not sure if Mrs. Elizabeth is she back.
I'm back. Sorry about my network went off abruptly. Wasn't ready for it. I'm back. I'm back. I don't know if my camera can be
Okay.
viewed
Well,
because I put the camera on, but I can't see myself in the chat.
okay. Hopefully, we'll be able to see your face soon. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So, I was asking before you left, like, can you tell us about your typical day, how it is? Now you are not just a nurse, you are the head of department, you are managing nurses, and of course, sometimes you have to manage nurses, you have to manage even the families of the patient and things like that. Can you tell us what your typical day life look like now and what it used to be when you were just a bedside nurse? Miss Elizabeth, the floor is yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, I think I was muted. Sorry about that. I said thank you for the question. I think I'll start with a history as I come to the present. My day as a bedside nurse would start at the time I left bedside nursing. I was I was actually in charge of emergency care and private wing. So my day would start by receiving a report. You're going to receive a report, you're going to do a ward round, you're going to see the critical care patients and administer treatment, discharge patients. It would run like it is a rhythm because it would be self-explanatory. You have to do this. If an emergency comes in, of course, you handle, you leave room for all that and all that. When I reached into leadership, leadership was a bit different because you have to organize the staff. You're now like moving off a bedside, although you're on bedside because it's in the hospital as well. So I would make sure every shift has a person to take it on. If there's nobody to take it on, I would create time for myself to take it on or get a substitute. I would make sure everything is like set on the wards, whatever is needed, meaning I was supposed to make sure there's nothing that is lacking on the ward. And I would make sure that patients are taken care of the way they are supposed to individually, not as a group. Coming to the teaching now, mentoring. I started mentoring, I think, from ward itself, because they would send students to me and I would take them through practical, which is now different because I'm in a university setting. Our students, yes, do a clinical placement, but it's different. It's a bit different from the hospital work, because we go to the hospitals as visitors and some of the things we don't know where they are. We have to consult not like you are there, it is your part. You're supposed to know where things are. So you can sometimes you ask if you can do certain things and you're even denied. So my day, I go to work, like I work starts at 8 usual. Of course, when you reach work, sometimes I'm teaching. So when I'm teaching, that means I have to plan for that day, because we teach 3 hours, actually 6 hours a day. So 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the afternoon, or you would take all the 3 hours in the 6 hours in the morning, or the 6 hours in the afternoon. So if I'm to teach, of course, I have to teach. After teaching or before teaching, I have to make sure all classes are covered. All classes have lecturers, have people to teach my students. And if there is a lack, I also get a way to bridge the gap. You will not let students miss a class because there is maybe a lack of staff, or something is lacking. So you have to make sure everything goes well. We don't want our teaching sessions. We have a trimester session because we study a module per month. So like a trimester is 3 months. So we do 3 months. That's a trimester is gone. Like you are in year one, trimester one. Up when you complete 3 months, you go to year one, trimester two. So we make sure that everything that is supposed to be covered then is covered. And it's hectic because it's you are teaching, you're marking, you're doing all that. I actually miss bedside nursing. If there is a gig for me, I would be very grateful to go, although I am also into mentoring students. I think that is briefly how my day goes.
All right. I wanted to ask the question about you missing bedside nursing, like doing all those rush hours in the hospital and everything, because of course it is quite different from when you are in the university and teaching and of course managing the students, trying to give them as much information as you can. And I believe even as a teacher, sometimes you want to be sure you are actually up to date with what is actually happening in the field, which is the hospital. Like you are not giving them what you thought was happening. Things are changing every time. Thank you so much. So, my next question for you, Mrs. Elizabeth, is your support system. You have a child, you are a mom, and you have also your staff, the other teachers who you work with. Tell us about teamwork. What do you think about teamwork and having a support system that kind of help you to have a work-life balance?
Yes, I love that. I love that question. I think as a person, I believe in teamwork. If you look at the systems in a hospital setting, in healthcare system, you find you will not do something independent. Everything you have to have someone at the back, someone to do that, someone to do that. So I've learned, of course, in the beginning it was challenging, but now I've learned when I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm at home, I'm at home. That is work-life balance. I got a chance of joining Women Lift Health. That's an organization that helps women actually help in health system, because they noticed we do work, and we are not taking care of ourselves. We do things like we are all committed into our work without taking care of ourselves, and this drains us. By the time one is retiring, they can't do anything for themselves anymore. So what I've learned, what I do, I know if I'm at work, I'm at work. If there is something that is pending that needs my attention, I put it on hold. If it means that it is needed before 8 the next day, I go earlier than 8 to complete the task. But when I'm at home, I have to take care of my little girl. I have to be home. I don't want a scenario where I am a missing mom at home. And this was brought in by maybe the fact that I've been in many environments. Like I am a born of Kisoro district. Kisoro district is in southwestern Uganda. I've worked somewhere in the eastern Uganda. I've worked now in central Uganda. So my mind is set in the way that you will do things, but you're not going to complete. If you put yourself into completing everything, you'll never complete everything. Every day has its own day. If you can't complete a task today, put it on hold. Tomorrow it is another day. So I think that's how I manage. And while I'm doing all that, I'm involving my other members. If something is too heavy, if it's a task that I can't afford that day, I make sure I involve my colleagues. I put something, I'm like, can we share this? Maybe I start from here, you start from here. For example, of course, being a head of department, I manage the curriculum. Like, I am part of curriculum development, and I am part of the budget making. So I really appreciate and believe in teamwork, because we cannot finish things. You cannot be you and you finish things by yourself if you don't involve others. Yet you have a life to lead at home or in the community. You can't cut yourself or solely from the community. That's
Thank
how.
you very much. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. I think I learned something from what you have said, that sometimes you have to just know you can't do it all and you have to seek for help. Thank you so
True.
much. Mr. Etienne, can you give us your own view? You know, so many people believe for men that the home does not actually affect them at work. Like, they don't carry the burden of whatever is happening at home to work and everything. So can you tell us about your support system at home and also your team, the people you work with? Has there been any time maybe one of your team member is pulling you back or something like that? Would like to hear this.
Yes. Now it's on. It's covered in it.
I would like ask me Dr. Hamudat to clarify the question so that I can understand it well.
Okay. What I'm saying is, can you tell us about your support system at home? I think everybody has a support system, or everybody needs a support system. Let me use the word needs, a support system where you know that, okay, I have the support of my wife, my parents, things like that, which actually help your career. Then also, what about at work also, the teamwork at work? Can you tell us how you are able to manage your team to be able to give the best
Your
care
network is
possible?
breaking.
You can't hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Okay.
So,
Yes, can you tell us about teamwork and support system?
thank you. In my daily life, I have when I'm on shift, I have like 10 minutes of speaking or talking with my family. During my break hour, I took like about 10 minutes to communicate, to deal with my family. And my family knows that my work is make me very busy. But once I am at home, we try to enjoy everything as a family. Once I am in the hospital, working in a team or leading a team is my talent, because I try to put everyone in his or in what he is able or he is like to do, and I try to share the responsibilities so that no one who will be overwhelmed or who will be stressed while other nurses are not doing anything. I try to help everyone and to share the responsibilities equally. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mrs. Elizabeth, I know from your years of experience and working in Africa, because I have never been a nurse in Africa. I am a nurse in Finland and in Ireland, so I have never had any experience working in Africa. And of course, there are so many times, all I can remember back home in Nigeria is how the nurses were to me and everything. Do you think there is something that the nurses abroad, like the nurses that are not in Africa, can actually learn, looking at from your experience, like how to kind of like manage the stress? Because of course nothing is stressful, but I believe in Africa it might be a little bit more stressful because of the population and the ratio of nurses to patients. I don't know. So is there something you want all of us from all over the world to learn from you?
Thank you for that. I think working in Africa, specifically Uganda, as you said, could be stressful. Reason being we don't, most of the time we are working with improvising what to use. However, what I would learn, what I would wish us maybe, because developed countries, everything is available. I assume everything is available. I've not been away. I've worked actually in Uganda only. I don't know about elsewhere, although I hear that they have everything. So having limited resources made me adopt. Like you're going to use you have shortages almost all the time. You have maybe I was in charge theater one time. I can give a scenario. I was in charge theater one time, and actually it's one of the things that drove me into going into hospital management. Where there a mother was in labor. We had a hospital, a district hospital that was not a paying hospital, but we had a paying hospital which was private for profit, which was a paying hospital, of course, and most people, of course, would come to where they don't pay. So this not having resources, we didn't have JIC at the time. I talked with the medical superintendent at that time, was the person who was running the hospital and was doing operations. So he comes to theater, tells me, sister, we have this mother who needs a C-section. I told doctor, I am like, doctor, we are not going to do it because we have JIC. The question that the doctor asked me was like, but JIC is not the one that is going to do the operation. And my answer was, doctor, look here, after operation, where will I put the instruments? Do we discard the instruments because they need to be disinfected and sterilized for the next patient? So I bet these other countries don't have such constraints. It's so stressful to see a mother being referred to pay, yet you can afford getting certain resources. So adapting to using limited resources, certain shortages, you think you wake up early morning, you have your program, but when you reach, there's nothing to use. So we adopt easily. Then community-centered care, like we make ourselves get into community, like you're down there, they know your problems, you know their problems, so that if something comes up, it's not going to be so stressful. They're going to understand. That's where they form organizations among themselves. In case someone maybe needs a C-section, they get money from each other, and they like, it's like sponsoring or supporting the person go for where they can get help at pay. Then teamwork under pressure. you know you don't have what to use, but still you have to be together. So this will bring us also together. We don't work in isolation, we work together, although elsewhere it could be there, but you know, an energy which comes with you have everything to use is different from energy that comes with some things are lacking. Then leadership levels, like we have a lot of resources, yet we are also not involved in leadership. People are making decisions and we are not there. Also, I've been, at least I've attended American Nurse Association meetings. You find if a nurse is disturbed, if a nurse is disrespected, everyone is there because nurses are involved in leadership. In Africa, in Uganda, we find the rules, the policies come to us, we are not part of it. So I would think that maybe if we get into leadership, maybe okay, it's not a lesson to learn, but it's a way of maybe bringing it to the world out there from Uganda, that sometimes we are doing things, sometimes Africa, the world will see us as doing things the weird way, but they don't know that we are not even involved in our own decisions. And maybe we also wish to copy maybe how they do it, which is a good thing because they say we have a saying that if we come together, we stand. If we get divided, we fall. So really, if it all comes back to us, because we are all the world as nurses, we all target one thing: to make the patient comfortable, to take care of what the clients that come to us and leave them comfortable. I think that's maybe what I could say about it. And I believe everything will be okay. Actually, I believe in change for the better, especially in Uganda.
Oh, thank you so much. When I was actually a nursing student in Finland, I have two of my friends are from Uganda. Two of my classmates are from Uganda, and it's
Wow.
so nice. Yeah, like hearing this from you, it's kind of like I can relate to a lot of it. Of course, when you first of all mentioned jig in my head, I was like, what is jig? Then I realized, okay, bleach. That is what you use for sterilization, of course, back home. But of course, we don't use that here. I quite agree with you that normally it's gonna take of course it's different world, and believe me, even comparing Finland and Ireland, it's different world entirely. It takes a lot because it is things are run differently. I think Ireland is quite a little bit closer to what we have back home than Finland. Finland is way advanced than what we have back home in Nigeria anyway, let me say that. And also, of course, in the government hospital, I don't know much about the private back home.
Yes, yes.
So, Mr. Karan, what you think we need to learn from Rwanda? Of course, there is always something to learn. The floor is yours, Mr. Karenger. You are muted. We can't hear you.
Thank you. So, what I can learn from my experience uh, is that the nurses should try to update their knowledge and skills every day, because Sometime you can be carrying the patient and ask you some questions about the procedure, why you are taking my blood, why you are giving me this medication. And if you fail to respond, it will be discouraging. It is better for us and nurses. Uh, we don't have to sit back and wait for doctor's prescription or doctor's recommendation, because it is very important to care or to provide medical services and know the reason behind. This will raise our confidence and help us to provide evidence-based practice. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, evidence-based practice. That is always um that is always key in nursing care, patient care. You have to always have evidence-based practices. And yes, I like the fact that we have to update ourselves. Even if you graduate yesterday, today some people are thinking about something new. Something new is coming. We need to always keep ourselves updated. So, Mrs. Elizabeth, what is the hope? What do you see in the future? What advice do you have for nurses, student nurses, new nurses? We want to hear, like, motivate us, encourage us, give us hope, you know? Miss Elizabeth.
Sorry, I was muted and talking. Sorry about that. Yes.
No problem.
I would wish maybe to talk about a few things to motivate the new nurses, the new generation of nurses. First of all, we should maybe, what can I put it? I put it like we should have a reason, a plan why we have joined nursing, for us to be nurses and be online with what is our plan. Maybe in brief, we should have a purpose why we have joined nursing, and this could help us get comfortable, get focused, and be specific in what we are doing, and we avoid this brain thing like, I joined because I was forced into it. So when you join, it should be purposeful joining nursing. Maybe you should also know that being a nurse, it is a lifelong learning process. Don't underestimate any knowledge that comes your way. If someone tells you this is done this way, don't argue. Talk about it evidently, you will not. You are not the final person to judge what dynamics are in medicine. So be open to learning, and just know that being a nurse, it's a lifelong learning profession. You can't learn only today and say that you have got it all. Then we have to put in mind that teamwork should be valued. Health systems is a complex system, and nursing is into the health system. So we should learn to value teamwork. We cannot succeed alone. I remember while training, we have these people they call the senior. They used to have completed senior 4, and we are trained like first aiders, but they are called nursing assistants, although they have been phased out in the system. But they were the ones who educated us. So we should take everyone in the system as a team. We value everyone as a team. Then we should maybe how do I put it? We should stay resilient, where we look at ourselves. Okay, when I was starting school, nursing school, they told us always to avoid being the next casualty. So whatever we are doing, first pause, then do something that will protect you and protect the patient at the same time. Then we should advocate for patients. Like, nursing is a calling, it's a profession that really needs us in. If you're not there, and actually we are there for the patient, if you don't have that passion for the patient, you are in a wrong place. That's where we see systems failing, because we find nurses all okay. Health, I don't take nurses. Sometimes there are even other cadres, but they end up blaming nurses that they're ones who have done it. They have patients, yet we are supposed to be their advocate. Then we should I said I learned from a nursing assistant who was like a trained first aider in the hospital. So we should be together. We should find mentor, like we find someone to help you go through the process of nursing in the hospital or in the health system. And we should also try to mentor someone. If you know something, don't keep it to yourself, give it away. Above all, every small act within the health system, within the care, even if we are resource constrained, like I told us in Uganda, even if you're resource constrained, if you're together and we build professionalism together, like we don't judge each other, we work together, because all of us are working for the similar goal. We will, I think the nursing profession would be a flying profession. I love nursing, by the way. I am passionate about nursing. When I'm talking about nursing, I feel like I'm home. So if I don't make it my home, that's where we find conflicts will never end. And that's where we find you want to be better than someone, yet we are supposed to be to better each other. Like, we're supposed to better each other. If you're better here, you can make me better there, and I can make you better here. That is the message I think I could pass to the young nurses, the young generation. I love mentoring, I love students, I love teaching, and I love nursing as a whole.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, of course. I totally agree with you. I love everything as a whole. Also, from Mr. Karangera, what message do you have for her?
Uh, Thank you. The message that I have today for nurses is that in every setting, everywhere you are, try to excel in everything you do. Try to be the best nurse or best health professional. Uh, I know that our duties are very stressful. Our work is somehow difficult, but if you organize yourself, if you are committed, if you do what you are doing, if you love your career, things become easy. I know, I am sure blessings are knocking our doors. Thank you.
Okay. Um, we have a question here. What are the threats? What are the threats? The okay. What are the threats nurses are likely to face, and how did you pass through them with a success story? Like, what are the things that kind of like threatened you? Have you ever had any of that, Mr. Karangera? Now,
Okay. Thank you. I think that you are talking about all the stress that I faced. Am I right?
yes, there is a question here that what are the threats that you face?
Okay. The stress that I faced is sometime. or where the patient need you at the same time. But in that moment, you have to become calm, organize yourself, and prioritize according to the severity of their condition is, because once you can't be on at 5 patients, you can't be caring 5 patients at the same time. That's why you have to organize yourself to be, you have to be calm, and with the good heart talk to a patient, because of this patient is having this and this, I am gonna to start with him or her, and I will come next to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Elizabeth, are you help answer that question from your side?
I beg your pardon. I answer the same question.
Yes. Like, have you ever faced any kind of stress, and how did you overcome it?
Yes, you can't. When you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with situations, you can't run away from stress. That's where I can start. Of course, a lot of things stress, but for example, maybe a scenario that was stressful. It could not be like one or two. There are so many stressful scenarios. You go on ward, there's nothing, like you're very disgruntled, you had to help someone, but you couldn't help them, and something bad happens. I had a very, maybe two or three scenarios where patients ended up really, really bad. And that was so stressful. The first one, the patient had to died. He didn't have to die, but he died simply because we didn't have a specialist at that point, and we couldn't enter because everyone was not a specialist there. So you look at things, you don't have what to use, you don't have x-ray, you don't have the patient had got a fracture femur, and I think it was open, and it had I think ruptured a vessel, and the patient died while talking. That was so stressful because the patient would say, I'm dying, nurse. You're just looking on. It's not helping. You're not helping. You're just looking on, and the patient just goes, yet you had something to do, but because you can't do it, you can't do it. So that is so stressful, very stressful. Seeing patients' relatives bring patients on ward and they go back crying is a very, very, very stressful sight for every nurse, I bet. Then in the teaching maybe profession, you're teaching students, and maybe you have a deadline to meet, because I told you, like now for us what we do is a month module. That means they do a module a month, they do a subject a month, they at the end of the month they are doing the exam for the same subject. Then you have to mark, you have to set exams, you have to mark the exams on a deadline, because they will not complete the next module without the results of the first module they've done. So that is also stressful. But how I handle putting the death stress out, how I handle, like I said in the beginning, it was difficult because I would reach home and everything looks like it's on my neck. But when I joined this other group of, there is an association I talked about, Lift, Women Lift Health. I got to learn that what I get from the hospital, I leave it in the hospital. When I come home, I just switch off hospital stuff, work stuff. I get my favorite movie, I get my favorite music, and I get the stress off, because I've learned it's one life and nobody will have two lives. It's one life. So advocate for that. Don't take things personal. Some things are meant to be. If something has happened, it has happened. You have no control over it. So that is how currently my stress levels are managed.
Thank you so much. And I remember I want to add something here. I remember as a student nurse, one of my supervisors told me that as a nurse, you just don't have to go into the ward and think, oh, a patient cannot attack you or a patient cannot. You have to be able to watch your back and kind of like be prepared that violence can happen at work. So I remember when you are going to meet a new patient, I always try to read properly about the patient. Is this person has any history of being violent? Has he been aggressive or anything like that? So in those kind of situations, for me personally, when I go into your room to talk to you, I keep a very good distance. I tell you what I want to do, how I want to do it. I, of course, make sure you understand me properly, and I always leave the door open, like make sure I know how to escape out of the room if there is
Safety
any
first.
problem. Yeah, so you should. And as an home care nurse, also, if I'm going to someone home, this is this person's comfort zone. So of course, I'll make sure that I am not gonna close myself up or find myself in a situation where I won't be able to defend myself, or you won't clock in to say, oh, I'm at this person's house at this particular time. So it is important also to always remember your safety is very, very, very important.
Exactly.
So, Mr. Etienne, they want to know what life as a male nurse, what is it like? Of course, when you hear nurse, so many people believe, oh, it's the women's job, it's a woman's job, nurse. So, tell us life as a male nurse.
Um, Thank you for this good question. In a few years ago, I was wondering why the majority of nurses are the female, uh, and I come up with a response like this. This profession was started by the female, the female in Europe, I think. Florence Nightingale was a female, and that's why the many people who have engaged in nursing are the female. But today, where we have reached as the world, uh, the male have become the nurses. It's no longer difficult for me because uh, when we are receiving the patient or when we are carrying the patient, many patients like to be carried by men, except those who are Islamic, those who are Islams, but men of patients they like to be cared by male because they know females are busy calling their child at home, talking with their child at school, caring their families, but they know that they realize that they suppose that the male are always available and have uh, strong effort to care for them. So I am now I am proud of my profession as a male because I always try to be competent enough so that everyone will appreciate my activities or the way I care for the patient.
That's
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you. And Ellen, who I think is one of your students or your colleague, I don't know, Mrs. Elizabeth. She has a question. She has been hailing you, my HOD, and everything like that. So she has a question, or I don't know. How are nurses preparing themselves for this highly tech world today? And are tech courses particularly taught to nurses. How everybody's changing to IT, IT, IT. Are the nurses ready for this?
I I would think change is a process at Victoria University currently. The Vice Chancellor, if you would Google about Professor Lawrence Muganga, he's so much into AI to the extent that every first year student who comes at Victoria University, they first do, the first module they do is ICT and AI. They study AI as a module. It's not examinable, but they give them basics of AI and they give them ICT as a module, meaning it's trying to make nurses ready, because it's the whole university, including nurses and midwives. So it's trying to make the nurses ready to the changing world as they transition to AI. I am positive that nurses who have graduated from Victoria University will be super into AI technology. Like they will know what AI is about when they go into the nursing field, when they go to the field after graduation. And I am also positive the Nursing Council, Uganda Nursing and Midwifery Council, is also encouraging us to have continuous professional development sessions. And through this, some of the sessions include technology use. Currently, we are registering, I don't know, it's just coming. It's not like many years old. For you to be licensed by the Nursing Council, much as you reach there, you have to first register online, meaning if the regulatory body is for it, the university where I am a HOD for the nurses and midwives is for it. I'm thinking we are ready, and we are trying to make the juniors, the people we mentor, ready for AI. I hope I've answered.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think yeah, I should think so. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mrs. Elizabeth. Thank you. And I think yeah, AI is IT is really, really important. And if you get to work in places where everything is tech, 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 you should be able to adapt fast to it if you have basic knowledge of that you have something to build on. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that we sent out an invite and you accept to be here despite today being your birthday. Happy birthday once again. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. And hopefully someday I'll visit Kampala Victoria University maybe to come for to see what is going on there.
Please
Yeah.
do.
And of course we can compare. Yes, of course. I would love to do that. My younger sister actually taught in Kampala. I don't know when. I can't remember the name of the university before. So of course we are kind of used to some Ugandan thing going on. So it would be really nice to come to Victoria University and visit and meet the students and meet the upcoming nurses also. That would be really nice. And also,
Please
thank you
do. You'll
so
be
much,
very
Mr.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Despite your busy schedule, you bring out time to be with us today. Thank you. We are so very grateful. And of course, we understand what is going on in Rwanda and in the healthcare system in Rwanda. Thank you for the good job you do. And thank you so much, everyone that
Thank you.
joined
Thank
us.
you.
And I'm
Thank
telling
you.
you today, please don't just join today because Mrs. Elizabeth is here. Every time we have this one on, Come on, join us. There will always be interesting people, interesting topic, and people from different parts of the world. They will be here, and we learn every day. We don't know it all. And remember, on Nursing's Diary, every nurse has a story, and every story deserves to be heard. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I remain your host, Dr. Hamudat Abiodun. Thank you. See you later.
Thank you,
Thank
Bye.
doctor.
you.
Was nice.
Thank
Was
you.
nice having you all around. Have a blessed evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. We appreciate you, our guest speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the organizers. Thank you for the participants. God bless you all.
And Firot, thank you for the platform. Thank you.
As we come to the close of today's session, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to everyone who joined us from around the world. Your engagement, curiosity, and commitment to learning from the experiences of nurses truly make this platform what it is, a space for connection, reflection, and inspiration. Today, we have had the privilege of hearing from extraordinary nurse leaders whose experiences highlight resilience, dedication, and the impact of thoughtful leadership in healthcare. From bedside care to community health advocacy, their insights remind us that nursing is both a profession and a calling, shaping not only patient outcomes, but the future of healthcare systems globally. I also want to thank our distinguished speakers for sharing their knowledge, perspectives, and lived experiences. Your contributions enrich our understanding of the challenges and innovations that define nursing today, and they inspire the next generation of healthcare professionals to lead with empathy, skill, and vision. To all our participants, thank you for being part of this journey. Remember, the Nurse's Diary is not just a platform to listen, it is a community to engage, learn, and carry these experiences forward into your own practice and advocacy. Until next time, keep celebrating nursing, keep learning from each other, and keep amplifying the voices that matter. On behalf of the team, I wish you continued success in your work, and we look forward to welcoming you to our next session of the Nurse's Diary. Thank you, and stay inspired.